Good evening, everyone. It's me, Morgan, your Miss Gay Pennsylvania America 2023. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm so excited for this evening. It is the showstopper topic. It is the part of the pageant that everybody thrives for. It's the talent portion of the competition. I'm so excited. We have a fabulous person here to go through all the ins and outs of talent. But before I do that, I want to kind of give you the heads up again about what's going on in Pennsylvania, right? First and foremost, if you are watching right now, please hit that share button because the more people you bring in, the more people you show of our excellence. I love it so much. So with Pennsylvania, we have already had two amazing prelims. We had Miss Gay New Hope, which we have our reigning Miss Gay New Hope, Katrina Escalarza, and the first alternate, which is Jayla Rosemore. We also have had the Miss Gay Central PA pageant, and the winner and the crowned Miss Gay Central PA is Anita Dixon, and her first alternate is Nikita Sin. Now, don't worry, we have plenty of more prelims coming up this year. Out of our 7, we have 5 more left. That's the next one coming up is on June 29th, which is Philadelphia, where Miss Heaven Sebetsi will be stepping down, but it will give a fierce, amazing prelim. We also have NEPA, which is Northeast Pennsylvania. That is in July. That's on July 12th. July 27th is Harrisburg. We have August 17th, which is Gettysburg, and August 31st, which is Pittsburgh. So we have a lot of fun, exciting things. And don't worry about those dates so much because you can check them out on the Miss Gay Pennsylvania America website. Check that out. Also on the MissGayPennsylvaniaAmerica.com website, we have our merch. Check out the merch. Any products that are bought on the website will go back into the system for the MGPA, Miss Gay Pennsylvania system. On the website, on merch, there's t-shirts, there's tanks, and hats. Because I know when you come out to the prelims, you want to wear the swag. But anywho, I'm so excited for the rest of the prelims. And if you're looking for the big show date for the competition of the century, which is the Miss Gay Pennsylvania America pageant for 2024, that's going to be happening on November 16th. And that is in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Look it up. It's at Sunnybrook Farm, Sunnybrook Ballroom, which is a beautiful venue. So definitely come check us out. Enough of that fun stuff. I'm excited for this evening because we have the one, the only Miss Bataya Hart, who is a former MGA 2020 to 2021. She is fierce. She's fabulous. She's gorgeous. She's super talented, which is why I am over the moon that she is taking some time out of her busy schedule to go through some of the talent portion subcategories. So the new contestants, as well as returning contestants, can get a little bit of the ins and outs moving forward. So without further ado, put your hands together in that virtual applause so Pattaya can hear it loud and clear. Put your hands together for Miss Pattaya Hart.
Hello. Hi, Swadika.
Yes. Hello to you as well. I'm so excited for you to be here tonight. It is an honor and a pleasure.
It's my honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me. You are doing an amazing job.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Being visible and all that and encouraging.
Well,
which
thank
is what
you.
we thrive to be, right? As excellence.
Well, it means the world to me that you said that. I'm blushing a little bit. That was very sweet of you. And it's truly what it's all about. It's about bringing in the new contestants and continuing to bring back the contestants that really just want to show their excellence and be a part of something so amazing, which is a MGA system. So, and I truly believe it. I live it. It's a culture and a lifestyle that I live. So,
awesome.
So tonight is a fierce night talking about the big event during the competition and the pageant night, which is talent, which is 40% of the overall scoring, which is the most points or the most percentage points that goes towards the total tally of your placement in the competition. So with that being said, first, I kind of just want to jump in and kind of give the people that are watching or that will be tuning in later on a little bit about you, because you have such a unique story because you came into the MGA system and you hit the ground running, and you got on that stage and you did your thing, and you were authentically yourself, and you gave a production. And if those who are watching, if you have not checked out Pattaya Heart's production, you definitely need to go check it out on YouTube. I watched it again today, and I just was in awe the whole time. So I think it's Pattaya Heart, and then the Miss Gay America Talent or something like that, and you'll be able to find it. So anywho, I would love for you, if you don't mind, just kind of just going in a little bit about why you decided the talent that you did.
Oh, why am why I chose this talent or not coming to America?
I guess maybe both, because I think it's important, because you didn't necessarily, did you compete in other
So
prelims
yeah,
or
no, so let's just go with why America first, yeah.
I love
So yeah, and then we'll go into the more detail. So
love.
I was well, it was my first time competing for Miss Gay America system, but I have been compete for other system before. I was competing for Miss Continental in 2017 and 18, but
Okay.
in 2017 is when I met Miss Susie Wong, the reigning Miss Gay America at that time, and Susie has been we became like best friend, best buddy. Like she's been like reaching out. She was trying. I mean, obviously, she was trying to pull contestant to come to America, especially a Thai sister, Asian sister. So she was like, come over here." So kind of like that's when I start getting to see. So every time she's in town for Miss New York America, so I get to go see her and I get to watch the
Mm.
pageant, and I was like, oh my god, so it's so different. It's such a different vibe and everything. And it's more this one is I feel like this is more of a drag, like a female impersonation because it's just
Mhm.
it's all men, right? So this is why so I feel like it's like kind of like a even playing field a little bit as in overall as in for America. And then but what I love the most
100%.
and then I think the second year it was the second year when Devastation was Miss Gay America, I got to be a judge at Miss Gay New York America, and that's when actually like triggered everything for me. I was already getting ready for content for my second year, but um, I got to be a judge, so I get to sit behind a table, and I was like, and then the promoter Thomas John sent me all the rules for the judges to read. I think two night before, and I was like, 200 pages. Some I don't remember. It's a lot. I was like, oh my god, oh my
Yeah.
god, oh my god, oh my god. And so it's just like stay up all night, read through it, and then show up the next day. And I was like, okay. I was much more nervous than the contestant in that male interview room because I was like, wait, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Oh my god, I have to score so fast. I have to. So anyway, so I was like, oh my god, all these subcategories. But then I'm like, see now I get to sit on the other side. I said I get to see how this worked, how other judges. I was sitting next to Tommy Ross, the Tommy Ross,
Yeah.
with David Pardue on the other end, with who else? Ooh, Charity Case, and I don't remember the other one. Oh, and Cody Collins. Yes, so I was in a very
You
like
you
a
were
good like a panel. What a panel I get to be a part with and
you
get
were
to
in my
hear everything they have to say.
so you judged the MGA pageant
No,
prior
no,
to
the prelim, the New York one,
the New York
where
team. Got it.
Endora won that year,
Okay.
and
Okay.
Dusty Lovelake was first alternate at
Okay.
the prelim. Yep,
I
and
love.
so and then what? And then at the end they say, "Oh, we're not leaving." At the end, we do notes. I was like, "What?"
Oh yeah.
And that's what it's like. And we sat there, and then they give me the talent portion to what's it called, to give critiques and all that stuff. And that's when it really hits me. I'm like, this is amazing. Like you're not competing just to compete, just for the crown. You actually, if you don't win, you also win too.
Yeah.
With this system, it's like they all these judges, and I'm like, if I get to sit and be tell what to do by Cody Collins, Tommy Ross, Charity Case, I'll be like, this is worth more than all the money in the world. I
Yeah.
mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I got
That's how I was
chills
like,
saying that. Got
and
chills.
and with other system, I mean, other system is amazing. You get feedback from judges too, but you're not getting it right away. When it'll be like fresh in their mind, and be like, "This is what you do wrong. This is what you did great. Keep going." And the thing is, it's not like, "Oh, you do wrong." It's just like maybe try something different. The way they approach it is the way all the formers, all the reigning, all the judges were approached with critiques are very comforting and
Yeah.
encouraging. So I was like, wow, this is not. It might be the most cutthroat pageant system, but it's the most what's it call good to the heart. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
It's the
so
real, it's the authentically realness
it's
of it
it's
all.
like everyone has one good for you. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's that's when they say it's a sisterhood. It is really is a sisterhood. Like
Yeah.
I can feel it. Like like Desi didn't win that year, didn't win the prelim that year, but the way the promoter Thomas John take great care of both Andorra and Desi Lovelake, and I think he also sponsored the second alternate to go to another prelim too. So like everyone's here to help you succeed.
And that's what it's all about. And that's really why. And it's interesting because you kind of took a little bit of the words out of my mouth of what really, and I don't want to use the word buy-in because I'm not buying into anything. I'm just immersing myself in a culture that I already enjoy, we'll just say. But it's definitely that same mentality. It's not just about that fierce competitive competition, which it really truly is, because there's 80 some pages of a handbook, but which everybody should know if they're going to be competing. But it's also that uplifting and supportive and genuine
Right.
system, so
And yeah, and then the year after, the next year, after I finished Continental that year, and then I just didn't know what I did wrong, or I was just in like a very weird mindset. I'm like, what did I do? Why don't I score better? It's just I'm in limbo. So I was just like, and that's when Susie came in. Miss Gay New York is in March. Let's do this.
love it.
I
Love
can
her.
help you get it together, and you can use the same package that you did Continental. They had never seen it, so I did the first prelim for Miss Gay America that year. So it was Miss Gay New York,
Okay.
and I score like either winning or second in almost every category
First
until
time. This is your first time
the
competing,
first time.
right?
I freaked out a little bit, but in that well, I bombed the onstage Q&A so bad that I didn't win.
But you came in second, correct?
I got second. Yeah,
for first alternate.
Yeah, first alternate.
Now I just want to quickly interrupt you and ask you a question. So your first prelim, which was the New York. Now, was it a New York City prelim, and then New York
it's a regional, so it's yeah,
and
anyone can come in. Yeah, the Ecstasy was there. The Ecstasy was there. Aria B. Cassadine was there. Truly Fabio was the winner. So this is I just want to tell this story. It was like the question. One of my mail interview question was, well, it was one of the former Miss Continental, so she recognized me from Continental. So she said, "Oh, so you just came straight from Continental. What if you don't win tonight? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna jump into another system?" And I was like, "Ooh, that is
on
shady."
stage. That was on stage.
In the email interview.
Okay.
But and I was like, you know what? The point is they want to trigger you, but then you got to stay calm and be professional. That's what the point of a mail interview is. You want to be Miss Gay America. You want to be like the one in the suit and tie and all that. So I was just like, you know what? Like, if I don't win tonight, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be upset, but I mean disappointed because I'm human. But at the end of the day, the reason I do this because I looking forward to hear what all of you guys have to say about like the notes, the critique at the end of the night, because this is what draws me from content to America is that I get to improve myself. I don't just keep doing it and just keep living my fantasy that I'm sickening, I'm all that stuff. No one can touch me on this and that. Like no, this is what I want to learn, like how to improve myself, how to be a better artist, and that's what I feel like. And then coming in here, like the only registration already, I already feel so much love from all the 7 contestants. You know what I mean? Like if there's not like, I mean, they might put on the face whatever that joke like this and they'll laugh. But I was like, so that's not like what I'm looking forward the most is that critiques at the end, just to better myself,
Yeah.
and if I don't win, then that way I'll take all the notes and improve and come back for another prelim.
So, did you do the same talent? Because I think this is a question a lot of people have when they start creating their talent ideas. Did you do the same talent for New York that you did for MGA?
No, I did, because mine was first prelim out, which is March 10, I think March 10 or March 11. So I had literally
A
10,
whole year.
7 months,
Yeah.
so I literally ripped together my continental package because I was like, it was fast for me. It was a fast turnaround from continental, but I'm like, all I did was trying to like prepare for my interview, what I have to do, all that stuff. Anyway, so I did my Aladdin talent from continental,
Well,
my Genie. So a female version of Genie. I do all that.
oh,
And
I'm checking that out, by the way, when we're done. Is it
yeah,
on?
I mean, if you look up me on YouTube,
Okay.
there's a bunch of like talents on from continental. There are at least 4 of them or 5 of them. Yeah. So I did that, and I won talent. But this is what the judges told me at the end. Charity Case said, Pattaya, all of your talent, amazing talent at Continental. Why'd you pick this one? That's the least favorite one of me for
Okay.
me. And so I was like, huh. She said, I told her like, hey, what draws me into America is also that you guys reward creativity. She said, well, we also love old school Broadway, classic Broadway, and you being the kind of like the Broadway girl, the New York girl coming from Broadway, working on Broadway kind of thing. Why don't you give us a real Broadway? And I was like, what? Then how do I score creativity? She said, well, costume change or
Mhm.
mixing the 2 songs. That's already creative, Or and you're a choreographer. You told us that you choreograph all this yourself. Why don't you just re-choreograph some parts of it and keep some? And that was like one of the best um, um, suggestion advice in approaching talent from now on for me too, because I'm like, you know what, you don't have to you be fixate on like it has to be creative, it has to be new, no one has to be done before. Like no, it can be done before, it can be a recreation, but at least throw something that is you that no one else does
See, and
in
that, I
it.
think, and that is a beautiful thing that you just said, because I think that everyone thinks that you have, or people that may not know yet, that you have to put everything in the kitchen sink that everybody else has done into your talent, thinking it's going to be a winning talent, but that's not it at all, because there's too many irons in the pot, or whatever they say, meaning like there's too much going on that you're going to get lost, or something's going to get messed up, and it's not showing yourself anymore. It's showing all these little things you're pulling in. So I love that's such great advice.
And then also like this is something I picked up, like speaking of talent, I picked up from a bunch of formers, and there's like, at the end of the day, it's also a pageant. You want to look pretty. So sometimes no matter what we want to do, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm gonna dress like a frog or like a ghost. I'm like, well, yeah, but you don't want to be pretty. You're on that stage. You're looking as a beauty pageant ish.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and then have use that as in like a factor to be like, okay, maybe zombie might not be a good talent, or like dress like a frog might not be a good talent.
Right. You
something.
have to, right. And I think what I'm getting from what you're saying is that it has to be somewhat of a production, right? It has to get
With America, they love production because as of the subcategory, they also, that's when I learned too, when I was judging the year before I was judging, I said, how do I score solo singer when they don't even move? They literally just stand there in one spot and just sing. And there was a choreography subcategory. There's a backup dancers set and prop.
right.
They literally have nothing. I'm like, and I glance over at Tommy Ross. She just gives 0, 0. I was like, whoa. She said, well, is there any?
Right, because I mean, technically, I mean,
Technically, it's not. Yeah, it's not there. But
but
if you
for the
didn't move either, so there's no
right.
choreography.
Well, I guess for the choreography for a singer, how I would look at it is, are they poised? Are they confident? Are they giving
This,
that?
what is this? This is choreo. You walk out.
Uh,
You sing one song. You sing 5 seconds. You walk, take two steps forward. You move
choreo.
to this, not
Yeah.
just plant there as in like a statue.
Yes.
That
I agree.
yeah.
I
Do you know what I
agree.
mean? Like there's always something movement. It's called
Right.
movement. It doesn't mean movement is choreography.
Mhm.
You can also be a singer and have what Dexasy does is like have other people dance around you, but not to the point where it distracts from your actual talent.
Do that. I'm gonna do that this year.
Okay.
I'll
I'll be waiting.
Just kidding.
See.
I'm not singing at all. Let's just start there. Number one. So real quick, I just want to kind of shift gears a little bit. I just want to give the basics for people tuning in and kind of just what is broken down in the talent portion. We already talked about that it's 40% of the scoring for the percentage of scoring. Now with your talent, it is brought down in minutes, meaning it has to be 6 minutes in time, and you can't go over because you can get penalized.
Point deducted. Yes.
Right. So with the talent, and I like what you were saying, like it is now evened in each point system. It's 25 points for each category of the subcategories. The subcategories are showmanship and set design. The second one that you love so much is choreography. Then there's quality, and that kind of talks about lip sync and other things like that we'll go through. And then the final one is originality and entertainment value, which I definitely want to go in a little bit with that with you because you bring an amazing perspective with that. So I want to talk about the showmanship. When you personally, and this is just strictly your perspective of it, when you think of showmanship on stage for a talent, what does that mean to you?
For me, showmanship means like if you own the stage, if you're confident, if you know what you're doing,
Mhm.
if this talent was put together by someone else and you're just a puppet.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
nailed it on the head. Yes.
It's
And I
like
like
you
that you're, I
are
mean,
you a Britney Spears or you're Celine Dion? Where
well, I
you
like,
know like that give me more Britney Spears. Are you a Mariah Carey? People have to carry you around,
yeah.
or are you a Celine Dion where she's like yo around, take shot up that whole thing, jump up and down everywhere herself.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll be any one of those three, but I'd like to be Celine Dion.
Well, we should, not her right now with this condition.
Yeah, that poor angel. But you know what? I did see something, not to digress, but she is determined.
Oh yeah, I just reposted yesterday. I was watching it. I was in tear watching it. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, mother's back.
Yeah. It's going to be everything. And I in my heart of hearts believe that she's going to do it.
She
So
will go for it.
literally. And you know what? And we can just take away from a little bit. I know it's kind of weird, but we could take away from Celine Dion on stage because and this is the showmanship of it. She doesn't have to command the attention. She just owns the attention of
See, the thing
anybody.
is with Celine Dion, she doesn't have to dance. She doesn't know how to dance.
Right.
But hey, she has the whole. Have you seen the concert where she was like have that entire stadium was around and she was at the stage with a square
Yeah.
and she just run around cross.
And
Yeah.
she doesn't have to, because her voice takes over, but she also knows how to interact and
Mhm.
give the audience to pull them in. And I think that's what it is, that showmanship, to pull them in. But I really like what you said about owning the stage, being confident. Don't like, this is your moment. This is who you are. You're putting yourself on the stage. So if you're questioning what you're doing, you're not showing.
You know, I've seen a lot of like new entertainer these days. They don't give eye contact.
Let's talk about that.
They just moving them out. That's called lip syncing. But if you want to command the stage, this is the thing is a lot of us, I guess it's just that you're not confident to be like committed to that. But I mean, for me as an actor, I think it's, well, a lot of us say that why you do drag. Drag give you an outlet, right? Drag give you a boost of confidence. Drag is you turn to someone else. So when you're into someone else, you're a persona. Why is your persona so scared to look into other people's eye?
Right.
You might be scared as yourself as a boy, maybe, but once you have that makeup on, why you be like, why not you just up in their face?
So I have a question. So as a judge, And that perspective of it. So, and I agree, the eye contact is very important because you're engaging with each person, whether it be the audience or the judging panel or whatnot. You think there's a end of too much eye contact and too much attention on people as opposed to having a balance with it?
It should be a balance. Like you should be able to look in the judge and play with them a little bit, and as that goes with modeling for gown as well, or presentation as well. You want to be look at them in the eyes. I mean, you like that, huh? Oh, but in the most subtle, yeah.
Right, exactly. And I think because I feel like if you're gay, it could be what's the word I'm looking at? I just want to. It could be
engaging.
More. Well, you know, like if you do it too much and you give them that like
it might be too much, yeah. So then at the same time, you know how to, like, if your characters to turn this way, you interact with your dancers, and then turn around the other way is the audience. So like there's a mixture of all that, and it's just all about the practice. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so, what best practice is also like look at yourself, perform at yourself in front of the mirror. Look at yourself, think about it, like, ooh, what's going on? And then that way, when you're out there, you already know what to look.
You're 100% spot on, obviously, and I love that. Do your stuff in the mirror, even if it's not the choreographing part, it's the lip sync part, and feeling
and headphones on. Always listen in the headphones because that way you can hear all the of that, and that way you can try to match that as you're singing, and it will make your lip sync a lot more tighter.
I agree. Let's talk a little bit about with the showmanship. I think it kind of goes with the showmanship of when you have dancers with you and how sometimes the dancers can upstage you. So it's having that understanding that you should keep your dancing within your scope of dancing or ish, but then don't allow, you don't want to be taken away, right? Like this is
yeah, I've seen many different cases. It's like they're trying too hard. Or let's go with dancer first. Dancer needs to know their place. They're dancing for their backup dancing. Right. This is not your moment to shine. Right.
And so if the dancers mess up as the contestant, I can be penalized as well. So it's important that they're spot on what they're doing. But not too extra to take away from my fabulousness.
Right. And also, what's it saying? Don't attempt, if you're not a dancer, don't attempt to dance too hard. Do something that you are comfortable with. We rather see you move effortlessly.
Yeah. Right.
Versus try to attempt try to kick and you don't have the kick. Try to do a split when you don't have a split. It's like
note to self, lessen my choreography for this year because
you can even just do this, and it'd be fine. Everyone look the same. It gives shows already. Compared to this to J-Lo Get Right music video versus the new This Is Me Now. That was a hot mess because it was just a lot of hard choreography throwing at and a lot of hard notes that she has to hit and she doesn't hit. You know what I mean? Versus back then when her songs are much easier to sing and it was all the choreo was just simple.
Right.
And it's sharp and my God, it's beautiful back in the day.
I love it. So with that, let's kind of go into the set design, right? So I know that you get setup time and tear down time, and you have to kind of conform to that time because if you go over, you can get penalized for the props being set up on stage.
And so then 3 minutes in and out. Yep.
Right. In total.
Yes. Correct. So make sure you have teams that always, it's not like one person going to do everything. And you should not be the one doing it either. Especially when you go to the big stage. Like, I mean, small prelim, that's fine. But if you go to like state or national, you shouldn't be carrying set in a prop in yourself. You should be the one calm and focused and all that. Breathe out and stand there. I mean, this is a big deal. Your friend can help you. Yes. Your dresser can also help carry stuff.
So is there, so I was reading the handbook on page 59. So it says, don't put something on stage that's not going to be used. Don't add extra stuff, basically, because it's like, what's the point of it being there? It could just get in the way. Something can go wrong with it. It could be problematic, right?
Right. I mean, if if it's not used, as in like if it's a prop, if it's a whole set, that's fine. But make sure it makes sense, not just throw it there just to have it.
Right. And it's even saying stuff like, does the set design complement the stage? Does it complement the theme of your talent? Because if if it's confusing everything, it's gonna confuse the judges. And then what you're doing is getting lost because they're trying to figure out what the heck's going on stage more than
Right.
you, right?
And one of the pet peeve for as a judge, as a nowadays judges and pageant goer, if you have a reveal, do not walk off stage for 3 hours just to take off a coat.
Right.
You can take it off right there and someone just take it out.
That's what someone told, and I think you did that in your town too. Actually,
I never leave the stage. If you look at up YouTube, there's Cell Block Tango. I think the YouTube Pattaya Heart Cell Block Tango, or it might name as He Had It Coming. I did Cell Block Tango. I never leave the stage.
Right.
I just go boop, 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 and go.
When what's interesting is I find that you can do a reveal on stage and it can make sense. It doesn't have,
and that's your creativity right there. That's
right.
your big score. That because if it's impressive, it can be the most simple thing. Just open it up and then just unzip into something else, and then
right. You could literally walk through a Nurse Morgan door and come out in a sickening Nurse Morgan.
There you go.
And shine.
Uh-huh. See, and look what they get you. See, so up in the 5.
Yeah, that's right. I was. So, okay. So, I mean, is there anything else that you want to highlight about the set design? Is there anything?
Oh, yes. What they said is that at Miss Gay America, video background, now they are provided with video background. You don't need set at all. You don't need props at all. If you have the background, use that very wisely. We are one of the few systems that have that provided, which is the biggest deal. You know what I mean? Like you can even have a pre-record of you. You can just do like Beyonce Super Bowl, and they all.
Yes,
but
and
practice that. Practice that,
and you're saving money.
Yes, and the thing is, you got to practice. If you're doing this, right? Hold on. I'm doing this, and then you come up on this side. Like you make sure you play on your computer, on TV, and you stand in front of the TV and make sure it's the same way.
Right, like if you're turning on a light bulb over here, but the light bulb on the screen goes over here.
Because sometimes you make it on your own computer, you see this, but you got to play it on here that you stand right in front of as that actual real screen that goes on. If it's I'm gonna I hope this is not in a negative way. So I'm gonna sample. My one of my good girlfriend, very talented, Fifi Dubois.
I love
her. She used to do her music in the mirror. Cassie from Course Line. So we compete together. The first night she did the same the talent and the prelim, and so she has a whole background with her mirror pre-record. It was so amazing, such an amazing idea. But I think she forgot to practice because she went opposite way.
Oh,
and I was sitting up front. I was rooting for her. I just finished mine, so I just come and sit and like, oh my god, like my New York sister. And I was like, oh no. She went off to the right. Her mirror, her reflection go to the left.
Oh, so and you know what though, and take home with that is practice.
Right, and then I told her that night. So final night, everything was perfect.
Listen, and I'm sure she is crisp too. She is really talented as well, and she's.
I'm sure we all at that point getting ready last minute for final, for national, and we probably like that's the last thing. Oh, I already made the video myself. I already know what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it's flip flop at the other side.
And if you think about it, I wonder if she was practicing watching the video.
That's what I'm saying. As you're making it, you're watching it. You don't
realize that it's the other way.
But I agree. But she fixed it within 24 hours, which is amazing, and she made it all the way to the top 5.
And I think you just took my thought of like I wanted to just touch upon that on the national stage they do have that huge screen, which is amazing. You utilize it to your benefit, but also don't overutilize it either. It can get very distracting.
One second, my headphones ran out of battery. I'm switching them at the time.
No, that's fine.
Does it work?
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Yeah. So we can just move on. And I just want to also touch upon that depending on the prelim, And it's important to reach out to the promoters and the ratings for the city prelims and the states as a new contestant or returning contestant in these areas, and asking them if they do have the videography available at XYZ. It's important.
I would suggest do not rely, as in a smaller stage, don't rely on those, because once you get there, they promise, oh yeah, there's a TV screen, and it'll be like TV screen on the side.
You're right.
Like when you watch Drag Race, like at the bar, and they go, yeah, that's not what we promised.
Yeah.
But then and then you'll end up be like, oh my god, my talent's ruined.
Right, because it
You know what
doesn't.
I mean? Like, don't rely on that. Yeah. So come prepared for yourself. I was gonna say this. Sorry.
You're fine.
With talent, right? 6 minutes. I made a post one time that I said, you don't have to feel the whole 6 minutes, girl, because the longer, if you're uncomfortable on stage and the longer you stay, the more points that will be taking off. If you're not a dancer, don't dance the whole 6 minutes. You can dance for 30 seconds and the rest just, you can leave. It's fine.
Right. And
the longer you stay, the longer you stay, the longer you're up there to get point deduct. You don't have to fill up the whole thing.
That speaks volumes too, because I feel like people that think that they want to be that top overachiever and win, they have to fulfill that 6 minutes. It's not at all. It's about getting on the stage, showing your authentic self, and really just commanding that stage and just doing your thing, because this is what it's all about, is showcasing yourself, right?
So this is what from my experience, my prelim night talent, I did half of my final night talent. I only did half, and I got second overall, second in talent.
Because you did half of what?
Of my entire thing. So I only did 4 minutes, 3 minutes 40 seconds. Yeah.
Interesting. But
so, and then final. So when I know I won, I was second in talent. I won my group talent, doing only half. I'm like, girl, there's no way I'm not winning talent final night. And this is also another thing, is that I was night one, group 3 to do talent first night. So they judge as of that is, but for me, I feel like, okay, that will help me going into interview better, because if they like what they see the night before, they probably go easy on the interview. And it is also part of my strategy in my interview that said, like, in part of my opening, that's like, I hope you guys enjoy what I did last night, because I'm not just dancing. I'm a dance teacher. I'm a choreographer. I choreograph the entire thing. And all my dancers are my dance students. I don't hire professional dancers. I train professional dancers. And these are all my students who've been dancing with me, taking my class for the past 8 years. And that's what makes them go, oh! I mean, the final night, the same talent, but the score went all the way up, all the way to the almost perfect score.
And you know what I like that you did, because you just took your talent and then you just made it bigger, right? And that's something that I wanted to talk about too. And since you brought it up now, it's great that, like, you don't have to have two separate talents for.
You don't.
Like, meaning like two separate you could literally do the same talent for prelim night and final night, or just add on, or whatever you want to do. Give it a little bit of something different,
right? Or costume change the costume. Let's say, like, okay, today, I mean, like the prelim night would do, let's say we're dancing to Michael Jackson. Well, no, Janet Jackson. Sorry, it's a Miss pageant. Dancing to Janet Jackson. We're gonna do like all red. No, let's do all blue for the opening for the prelim night. Final night would do the same thing, but everyone's gonna turn to red.
Right, exactly.
Or add the costume reveal for yourself at the end, boom, or whatever.
And that's showing that originality too, because you're thinking, you're changing.
It's like, it's winter now, it's summer kind of thing, or whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's what Aisha O'Hara did when she won Miss Gay America. She did the same talent, but switch out the entire costume for the whole thing.
Literally.
Night.
So I definitely want to, because I know we're kind of getting closer on the time of what we want to do, but I want to really get into the choreography part, because this is your forte, right? So with the choreography, it's a second subcategory. So I kind of think at first, because there's obviously a list in the handbook of like things to look for, but I think at first with the choreography, we talked about maybe doing something that's more in your scope of practice, right? And more of like what you're able to do.
Right.
We talked about the dancers, and the dancers need to know the dance moves, of course, because they're dancers. maybe picking things that they're not like doing something too challenging that they're outshining or upstaging the
Hmm.
contestant.
I
Right?
always say to dancers, I mean to contestants, like dancers should not do a solo. Like a lot of this talent, they will all be like Beyonce, be a Gaga, be a Madonna, and then the dancer go bam, bam around you. I'm like, why? Just pose or just that.
They move with you, right? Instead of
Yeah, when there was some extra time to kill, they could just walk around, just get around whatever. Why are they doing kicking their face? Why doing jump split? Why doing a cartwheel,
right,
backflip? What's the point? Because we're not judging them, we're judging you.
right,
And if you can't do any of those, then it makes you look worse.
right, because right, exactly, exactly,
Not
and
worse, but it makes you look like less impressive
right, because someone else is doing a cartwheel into a split, into a somersault, into a
in your talent,
right,
and
right,
it's not you.
right. So let's talk about okay, so I'm a contestant, I'm just coming in.
Hmm.
Um, I guess the simple question is do you need backup dancers?
You don't need to have a backup dancer. You can look at Miss Princess Prozac, one talent, national, a solo talent, honey. But that's what I'm saying. You got to be clean. You got to know exactly what you want to do. Don't think of, oh yeah, this I'm gonna walk to the stage left, doing here. I'm gonna do it. No, plan everything. Like you're gonna do 5, 6, 7. And you're gonna walk 1, 2, 3, 4. You do 5, 6, 7. You walk 1, 2, 3. Like have every single part of the song be choreographed. It doesn't have to be written down. It has to be in here.
Right, and
Not like.
I'll tell you, Princess definitely practiced,
Mhm.
like you. There's no way that she like what is it? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she couldn't do it without practicing, but it's a
When
strategic.
it's clean, when it's like when and the thing is with us, I mean me, Devastation, we always talk about it when we judge, and it's like, yep, that's a freestyle right there. And you prepare for national, you're just freestyling. Why? You have
Interesting.
all these months to prepare.
Yeah,
Like that's just like maybe like a 10 seconds of just unprepared part of the song. Like
right.
why? You choreograph all this, but why don't you just be like, okay, this is freestyle too, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like just
A plan.
plan that out.
Yeah. So I want to just quickly talk because we're talking about choreography.
Hmm.
What is from a judge's point of view clean dancing?
Well, know your style. Clean dancing is you hit the certain part. You know what I mean? And then technique. Technique is very important for me. I guess trained dancer. It's like okay, so I get it. Not everyone's a trained dancer, and you can dance. Yes, I mean you can attempt. Everyone should attempt to dance. I love that. I teach beginner class in New York City. I teach non-dancers. You know what I mean? So I'm encouraging them to dance, but also don't over or sheet that something that like
Yeah.
when you just start dancing, don't go for a double pirouette. Do a single pirouette. Call it a day. It looks amazing. Look better than try to do a double and fall out of it.
Yeah.
So like yeah, if a single pirouette and clean, everyone's together, all the arms are together. When you kick your leg, you don't go down to your leg. Your leg comes to you. It can just be 90. It can be 45. If
Mhm.
it's clean, if that's clean. And also, this is another thing that if you are doing character, are you moving like that character?
Yeah.
Are you if you're doing Broadway, you're doing a Fosse? Are you actually getting all those details, or you just the Fosse is all tiny and
Right.
small?
Right.
And then you doing this like that. I would take points off of that. Like if I see Fosse
So
and not done.
your take home with with that part is that make sure your dancing and the style of it is matching the theme of
If you're going for that certain style, make sure
right.
you know the style is right. And sometimes it's the people who choreograph who a choreographer, sometimes they don't completely know that either. So you might want to do homework yourself and watch all those video they told you, okay, we're gonna do Richmond Fruit. Oh, we're gonna do Chicago. Oh, we're gonna do West Side Story, Jerome Robbins. Make sure it's each movie, each musical, a totally different style.
And I like that. It's basically saying do your research a little bit
And
before.
it's just not just paying choreographer to come in and just boom, okay,
Mm.
we're gonna do this, and then you're like, okay, That's what I'm saying. Do you know your shit? Are you just a puppet?
I agree. I agree. Right. And have your I think it's important to, and I agree with that, it's important to integrate your vision. It's your talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay to have someone who's an expert at dancing or a professional choreographer to come in to help create that vibe, but you have to give them something to work with. You can't just say,
Right.
just go and make me your puppet. I get it, right?
My advice is like, you guys, when you prepare, right? You guys have like maybe it's downtime. Take a dance class.
Yeah.
Take a beginner jazz. Take a beginner ballet. You might feel stupid. You might feel awkward. No one cares. Dance class is a safe space.
Yeah.
Everyone come here. Think of it as a coming to work out. It does help with your posture. It does help with your 5, 6, 7. At least you know left and right. You will learn at least within the first 3 classes. You will know the difference between left foot and right foot.
Basics, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
some people will be like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," but once you're in class, you see people around you, and then it push you to
yeah.
and then you get the posture right. You start feeling more self confident about yourself. That's where you get it from dance class
Yeah. I
instead of like going to the club night, the clubs to drink. Just take a dance class.
Hello. So I think that what I love is that, because obviously choreography for someone who does not professionally dance can be very intimidating.
Challenging, yeah.
So I think that, and I am speaking from my own experience because I'm not a trained dancer, but I do enjoy dancing, and I love the idea of the choreography of moving with other people in unison, of course.
Hmm.
And I think it's just important to know that you got to break it down into pieces and kind of just do what's in your scope of practice. And I keep saying that because it's important, because if I put too much on my plate, because my dancing now is different than it was when you saw me
Hmm.
in Philadelphia.
Oh, the cat.
No, that
Remember
was
that one?
no,
Wait, that wasn't you.
that was Eileen. I did
Oh,
Elaine. I did just
I'm
like
so
some,
sorry.
I know, no, don't be sorry at all.
Oh,
I
you
did
did the disco chair. You did
yes.
chair
And yes, and I did not have
boobies.
cups, and you definitely read me for that. But you live and you learn.
Hey, there you go.
But so because I know we're running over a little bit on time, but I just want to ask, I want your advice, I guess, for someone coming in and listening, in that last words of, if I want to have dancers and choreography, how do I go about that? And I'm talking like, I don't know anything about anything, right?
Hmm.
So how do I start to get myself in a position to
So
have,
I would suggest that, like, for anyone coming in, right? So you want to sit with yourself first. You want to think, what do you want to do? What what is talent? What is talent? What can you do? What is your skill? What can you do good? Are you a jump roper? Are you a baton twirler? Are you good at any of that? Are you a roller skater? These can be a talent. It doesn't have necessarily have to be a dancing talent. And then when you figure it out, like, oh, maybe I can do roller skate and do what, Starlight Express, or do a whole, like Studio 54
yeah,
disco number, and you can even do a solo, and that would be very impressive. I think I only saw one person did roller skate on stage.
I did. That was my first year. It was really good. Well, the one I saw was really good. I
So
think that
that's
was
what
a top 10.
I think so, because I was trying to tell one contestant from the prelim to do Olivia Newton-John Xanadu, and then she said, "Thank God I didn't do it because someone else did better."
Oh, they did the
Did
same
no no
song.
no no did the roller skate. It was a shtick of the roller skate. Yeah,
Um,
but
so I guess what I so
find that, yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. And then look
if you
into
decide,
your group in the
right,
circle of friends first, and then if you see anybody, and then you start going to dance studio and see, and if they see something that you like, first watch them, watch
mm,
the teacher, all that stuff, and then approach them after, because sometimes you just, oh yeah, this person's great, but then you pay them, you all this stuff, and they clearly don't know how to do jazz, they only do hip-hop,
right,
or they clearly don't know how to do lift or do partnering. You know what I mean? Like,
right. And I love that and the thing that you keep saying, which I love, and you say it in different ways, is that you have to have your plan. You have to know what your vision.
What do you want to do first? Yep. What
Right.
do you want to do first?
And even if it's that you're going to roller skate, but you're going to have people around you doing other things,
Or
that's
you
fine.
yeah.
Because you have to have that plan of what you want to do. And
Or if you wanna you want to be a character, you want to be impersonating some Dolly Parton and have dancer around you, or if you want to be, but that way, if you know what you want, then you know exactly what style of dance you are looking for.
exactly. And then you would go to the dance classes
Mhm.
or kind of ask around is kind of
Right. Or you want to do Reba, like you can get like the cowboy, all that stuff, or if you want to do like a comedy talent, who can help you figure it out. You know what I mean? And then, but that the thing is, you know what your strong suit is, and that you want to highlight that, and it's also your talent. When picking talent, it should be something that can resonate with you and
Mhm.
the judges too.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a bar number. It shouldn't be like, oh yeah, I love this god music. I was like, sometimes if the judge doesn't get it, then there goes your score.
Right. Right.
Because it's overall, the last subject category is overall entertainment. If the judge did not get a single thing you were presenting, then there goes that score.
Right. And that's part of it. It's fourth of, or a quarter of that scoring. So I
Mhm.
agree. So we definitely got into the nitty gritty about the showmanship, the set design, a little bit of the choreography. And I love how you even spun it when I first asked that question, that first figure out what you want to do. If you want to do a solo talent, do a solo talent. Just do what you
Mhm.
want to do. And I love that. And I think I kind of just want to leave it there for the people that are watching. Like, I don't want to go on to the next two just because I don't want to overwhelm somebody who's watching the video. But I do want you to kind of, well, I'm going to ask you one question, but I kind of want any like words of wisdom for talent, just overall. Doesn't even have to be choreography or whatever. Is there anything that, from your perspective, is something that is a piece of advice that you've learned throughout the years of judging or competing in any of the?
Mhm. Do what's in your wheelhouse. Stay in your lane and do what's right with you. Right with you. You know what I mean? Like what's right for you. Not right for you because that right for you means that someone's giving you what to do. Do what's right in your heart. Right?
Right.
Yeah, right by you. All that. Yeah, think of it
Yeah.
as way like I did Cheetah Rivera at Miss Gay America because that's the first person that I look up to. You know what I mean? Like she's the first person of color to be on Broadway, to be a lead on Broadway,
Mhm.
and then she's the first legend, a star to ever see me perform in drag. Like I would the first time in drag, she was in the audience,
That's
and
amazing.
she asked to see me in person, and she was like, "Oh, her daughter was like, you look, mom, that looks like young you," and
I love
that was the very first time in drag.
that's
Like I'm not even talking. Like it's just I was dancing on a cruise ship, and it was a gay cruise, and I was on the cruise ship, and then the gay cruise came on, and then they asked all the male dancers to get in drag, and I was like, I don't know how to do this, and so the singer lent me the wig, and lent me the bras, and I just wear like tights, and then with dance belts, so like my bulge is out, but we just wear big belt to cover it, whatever. But I was like muscle down, and then we just did just for fun.
So
But
was
then
that your
that's when
first was that your first little, like, your drag experience? Like, was doing something
kind
like
of I wouldn't even call it drag because all I did was just a stage makeup, and then someone put red lipstick on me, and they just throw on a wig and a
I
bra.
is there a video of that somewhere?
There's a picture of me somewhere,
I'm
and
gonna
then and my feet were hanging out of the shoes that the girl lent me. They still make fun of me, like the girls that from the cast. This is in 2010,
Aw, I
but
love
actually did start doing drag in 2012. That's when I actually performed. But that was the first time I was on a cruise ship, and they asked me to do it, and I go, okay, all the boys are doing it, so why not?
well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, you are just incredibly talented, and
So
I
thank
just have
you.
to tell you
But
that.
yeah, but like Cheetah Rivera means a lot to me, and like she is a dancer who made it into dancer first, and then get all the way up in there and
Yeah.
make it big. It's the same thing as J Lo. I mean, no matter how many people cancel J Lo or hate her, she's still one of my number one because she went from a backup dancer to a multi-millionaire, self-made.
I agree.
So that's
Soon to be me and you. I can't wait, right?
Let's do it.
I live. So I once again thank you so much for your time. What I do is, and I'm going to put you on the spot because I didn't get to ask you prior, but what I like to do is anyone that I'm interviewing during the podcast, at the very end, I like to ask them what their definition of excellence is. Is that something that you
Sure.
like to share?
Sure. Definition of excellence for me is that someone who is always approachable and personable, and is always encouraging people, and always put yourself in a good light, as in always know that a lot of people wants to be you and wants to look up to you. So don't do something that people would be like, why would you know what I mean? Like, because growing up in the drag community, in my drag career, I look up people and they'd be like, sometimes I'd be like, nope. Like when you look at someone try to like follow their path, try to look for inspiration. That's what I think that's what excellence means to me. Like try to be inspiration for other people, but also be true to yourself.
That's
be you, but at the same time, just be professional.
Yeah, I love it. You're the best, and I love you. And I love that
you're the best.
I love that you took the time to run across the city to.
I got my nails fixed today. Yes. That's why I'm stuck here downtown.
Don't act like I wasn't looking at those fierce orange nails. I think they're orange.
It's summer.
I love
Tangerine.
And you be you, boo, and I love it. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, and I can't wait.
You're very welcome.
I cannot wait to see you soon. Are you going to come to any of the Pennsylvania prelims?
Well, it's here. If any promoters watching, I am free, and you can reach out to me if my schedule allows. I would love to be out there. And yeah, it's so close. It's only 2 hours and a half. I was literally in Philly 3 weeks ago. I drove out for a gig for a private event in the museum downtown.
Okay.
And then drove back that night, and then flew out to Miami the next morning.
All right. I'm putting your name out there.
But yeah, but the Philly is not far. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Well, and I miss you too, so I want you to come out so I can hang out with you.
Yeah, last time I was there was right before COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, last time I was at Miss Philly.
For Philly, yeah, that was my year. I came in. I came in an amazing last place. But look what happens when you're relentless.
That's what I'm saying. That you live and you learn, and you. I mean, the thing is, you don't just keep repeating the same thing. This is what America is all about. You learn, you take notes, and you grow. Like this is what Dexy did. She does this, and that's what you do. That's what we should all be doing. Thriving to be better.
Well, thank you.
And you did an amazing job. You've been doing an amazing job, and you are gonna be amazing. You're gonna go down as one of the best Miss Gay Pennsylvania America. Congratulations.
I love and adore you. All right, everybody who's watching or who will be watching, give like a virtual applause for the fabulous Pattaya Hart. I will bid you.
I'll just clap for myself.
You gotta with those nails. I love it. I love you so much. I'm going to say goodbye, and I can't wait to see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. ขอบคุณค่ะ Bye bye. สวัสดีค่ะ
I love you. Goodbye. What a fabulous first part to our talent interviewing. Pattaya is amazing. And I know we just went through so much, and we kind of tossed and turned, and we went into different topics. So please replay the video, and please make sure you're listening to the different things. You can definitely reach out to myself or Pattaya Hart as well. I'm sure she would definitely be very happy to answer any questions that you may have, or reach out to performers in your different areas, and they can definitely give you some advice more so with the talents. I love the takeaway of just being authentically yourself and giving an opportunity to command that stage and do your thing, just like we always do on our regular basis. I'm so excited that in a couple weeks, we are going to be doing another installment of talent, because there's just so much to go through with talent that I didn't want to saturate it in just one night. I am excited because we are going to have a fabulous next person to interview. We'll just say person to interview. I can't wait to see you soon. Look out for the flyers for our next exciting episode of Let's Get Down to Excellence, the second part of talent. I hope to see you all soon. I love you so much. And please, if you haven't done it already, share, because it's all about bringing people in on the excellence and having just a fabulous time. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.